Great. So lovely to see you all. Thank you for choosing to come on this day. And yeah, my theme really, I was just feeling a theme. Hey Gabby, welcome, nice to see you. A theme of releasing, like I've just been alluding to our intense summer of fires, and now today it's just like this deluge down. We've been waiting for the rain, there's been all this rumbling, ominous thunder, and then it's here, and it just feels like this really kind of releasing, beautiful healing energy. So that's kind of what I'm bringing in this evening. So I'm feeling stretchy, releasey, class, hips, hamstrings, that kind of thing. So I thought also heart, always releasing around the heart. So I thought we'd start with a heart opener. I'm gonna use my bolster, but you could use a block as well. And you could also, you know, if you've got back issues and it doesn't work for you, you could just lie on the floor without a support beneath you. But if you're using the block, it's kind of underneath the shoulder blades, across the spine, probably your lower edge of your shoulder blades touching the top edge of the mat, the block. Or you're using a bolster or a rolled up blanket or whatever you've got, pillow, and bring it close into the sacrum. Touch the sacrum if you can, if that's okay in your back, and then lay the spine up. And if you need extra support under the head, just take an extra blanket or block underneath the head if it feels too much. Okay, so just experiment. Legs can do whatever they want to do, shavasana, knees bent, and find your way into a posture that feels like it's opening your chest here, so that we can just start to tune into our kind of theme this evening, the flavor of the class, and how we are in relation with that theme. So as you lie here, just allow yourself to become still. Acknowledge any discomfort. It might feel a bit uncomfortable to begin with to come straight into a back bend. So just acknowledge that, modify if you need, but otherwise just inviting softening and then moving towards stillness. And just notice the shape you're in. It's like we're in this very open position of the heart and the chest being completely exposed and open. And just ask yourself the question, what am I opening to this evening in my practice? What am I inviting in? And maybe you want to attune to this healing energy of the water element, emotional healing, even psychic healing, kind of very feminine energy. I'm just kind of imagining the healing energy of water just kind of washing through you, just helping you release what you're ready and willing to release this evening. So just start with an invitation or an openness that's being expressed in your body in this shape to release what is ready to be released within you, and particularly on the emotional plane, which of course is reflected in the physical plane. So just allow the shoulders to become heavy and soften, and just check you're not gritting your teeth. Just release the jaw, relax the forehead if you're frowning, relax the eye muscles if you're frowning, just smooth out the face. And then even if you already have become aware of the breath, just become super present to your breath now and just start to deliberately extend the breath. So deeper inhales and exhales. Feeling the lungs stretching the skin of the chest as you inhale and broaden and open the chest. Exhaling to release the air from the lungs, to release tension, to release emotional stuckness that you might be with at the moment, letting go. Energy wants to move, and emotions are a form of energy. And then just for maybe the last 5 or so breaths, you could really deepen the breath even more. And if it feels comfortable to do so, you could reach the arms overhead. So this just creates a little bit more opening and spaciousness in the chest cavity. If it feels uncomfortable, too much of a stretch in the shoulders, then just skip back, keep the hands forward. But otherwise, just with the arms reaching back, either just stretching back, or you could hold the opposite elbow or interlace the fingers, whatever works for you, but just take some really deep breaths of expansion and the inhale and release on the exhale. And then on your next exhale, just slowly bring the hands back down if you took them overhead. We're going to come out of our chest opener now. So for me, on a bolster, the best way to come out of this is just to roll to one side. You could push yourself all the way up, but it's a little bit easier, kinder on the body to just roll to one side, bring yourself up, but come back down to lie on the floor. And just take a moment in kind of like Tadasana, mountain pose, but on the floor here. So we're not totally flopping into Shavasana. We're kind of starting to engage the body. So you might want to push out through the heels and just have the hands by the side for a moment and just give your spine a chance to just re-find its neutral curves after the back bend. So just allowing the spine to resettle into its natural S shape here. And then when you're ready, take the arms overhead again. Interlace the hands this time, if available, and press the palms away as you push out through the heels. So really flex the feet. Use the muscles on the top of the feet to really draw the toes to the shins. And also see if you can draw the toes towards the top of the foot. So there's like 2 points of flexion in the ankle and in the toe joint. So we're just awakening the feet. And then keep stretching back through the hands and just point the feet. So point the toes away, see how close to the floor you can get the toes. So again, we're kind of working the muscles of the feet. Check you don't cramp, don't overdo it. If you cramp, just come back into the flex. So just flex and point a few times, just move between those 2 positions, just awakening the ankle joints. And then side to side, come back to flexed feet and just windscreen wiper the feet side to side. So just using all the muscles, loads of muscles in the feet and ankle area that we don't really attend to much. And then from here, just release the hands and bring the right knee into the chest. So you draw the right knee in and circle that ankle. So still just working with the foot and ankle here. We'll kind of do top to toe, releasing and stretching out. And change direction of your ankle circles. Keep the breath nice and slow and deep, releasing breaths. And then hold the back of the knee and try to stabilize the thigh. So try not to let the thigh move at all. Just draw a circle. Well, it won't be a circle, a kind of narrow ellipse, narrow oval with the foot to move the knee joint as much as it will move. And the knee mostly goes up and down, but there is a tiny bit of lateral movement side to side. So see if you can just find that lateral movement, which will make the up and down look more like a narrow oval and change direction. Try not to move the thigh. So you can use your hands to kind of stabilize the thigh and the knee joint. Okay, and then hold the top of the knee. So interlace the hands around the top of the knee and just start to draw big circles with the knee now. So we're moving into the very mobile hip joint. And we're going to work with the hips quite a bit this evening because big kind of hot spot of release, a big area where we hold on to tension, change direction. You can kind of allow yourself to roll around on the sacrum a bit here. And then, sorry, I should have said at the start that a strap would be helpful for today's class. So I hope you have a strap nearby. If not, use anything, be creative. Scarf, item of clothing, whatever you've got to hand, or if you haven't got anything, just hold the back of your leg, no problem. Interlace your hands around the back of the thigh or calf. So otherwise, the strap is going around the widest part of the right foot. If your lower back is tender, bend the left knee. Otherwise, it's straight and anchoring down, and we're just Relaxing the shoulders into the mat, relaxing the grip on the straps, and drawing that right foot towards us until we feel that stretch down the back of the leg. So we want to release tension. If we go too far, the body's just going to tense up. It's not going to feel safe. It's going to feel like you're not taking care of safety. And so it's going to put up its barriers, its defensive barriers. This is the wisdom of the body. But if we listen to the body and go to the place where, okay, it feels an intensity, but it feels safe within that. And we know this when we can breathe fully, we can kind of relax into the intensity, then that's when we can release. That's when we can let go of what we might have been holding on to. So try not to blast past your edge and into defensiveness, because that's only going to actually create more tension and more holding patterns. And when you find your edge, and remember it's a movable edge, you might need to come closer to the face or further away. Just take a few more slow, deep breaths in, releasing with the exhale, really inviting that release. And then we're going to come out to the side. So hold both ends of the strap with the right hand, use your left hand to anchor your left thigh or hip down, and take the right leg out to the side. You can use your right elbow on the floor as like a prop. Try to keep the left buttock down, keep the right foot alive and the left foot. Left leg is your anchor, so press down through the back of the heel. The left buttock if you can. Deep breaths into the stretch. And the water element is all about flow. Yoga to me is all about helping our energy flow as it wants to, releasing, dissolving blockages. Inhale the leg back to the center, swap the hands. You can just extend your right hand out to the side here and just be mindful of your back here, especially if you know you've got low back issues. Just start to let the right leg come over to the left and roll with it. So just take it steady. And if at any point you need to stop or come back or bend the right knee, then do. But if it's feeling okay in the lower back, then just go as far as feels right for you. Again, making sure you can kind of relax and breathe into the stretch. And now, of course, we're stretching the outer seam of that right leg and hip. Just breathing into the sensations here. When we find our kind of sweet spot, then it's all about the breath. Find the spot and commit to deepening the breath. Full inhales, full exhales. One more breath. At the end of your exhale, just draw the belly into the spine a little bit, just to protect the back as we roll back to the center. Then release the strap and just take a half happy baby. So keeping that left thigh down, we're holding the little toe edge of the foot or the back of the knee or the ankle, and we're drawing the knee towards the armpit. So it is a strong releasing stretch for that inner thigh, inner groin. If it's too much, you could just hug the knee into the chest again, trying to keep the left side of the body anchored down as best you can. So keep that left leg strong, keep pressing down through the back of the left heel. One more breath. Okay. And then release. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So just between sides, let's just come to that neutral position again, just in the center, arms overhead, stretching, flexing and pointing the feet a couple of times, maybe that windscreen wiper for the ankles. So good to attend to the ankles and feet. And then when you're ready, draw the left knee into the chest, take the hands forward and just give yourself a hug here, hugging it into the left side of the chest as you mobilize the ankle joint. So gradually awakening, enlivening each part of the body. And then change direction, because we have to get the blood flowing, the energy moving in order to release. And then moving on to the knee joint. So we hold the back of the knee and your hand is kind of got a firm grip on the left thigh to try not to let the hip get involved. So we try to keep the thigh still and just draw circles or these narrow ovals with the foot to get the maximum range of motion of the knee joint. So the hip's going to want to get involved because the hip's way more involved in mobility, big movements. So it wants to get involved because it's its speciality, but we want to not let it get involved and isolate, give the knee a chance to explore mobility in a way it doesn't often get the chance. Changing directions if you haven't already. You might feel your thigh muscles working here if you're really exploring that range of motion. And then onto the hip joint. So you're just taking the hands onto the knee, interlacing the fingers maybe, and just drawing these circles with the knee. And now the hip's going to be happy because it gets to move. If you find places where the hip isn't happy, where the mobility feels restricted, then just slow down through those parts and maybe just exhale, invite release and change direction with the circles. And kind of lubricating, energizing, enlivening the joints here. And then coming to pause and stretching the leg up to the ceiling now, the left leg up, taking the strap around the widest part of the left foot, flexing the foot, so pushing up and out through the heel, at the same time you kind of push down through the left side of the sacrum. Your right leg is your anchor, so push down through the back of the right heel, toes to ceiling, or of course you have that option of bending the knee on the right side. And relax the arms, let the shoulder blades sink into the mat, let the face relax, and just find that sweet spot. Draw the foot as close towards the face as appropriate for you. Bend the knee as much as you need here. But just have this sense of energy, activation in the legs. The rest of the body is kind of quite relaxed and passive here. Obviously, we have to hold the strap, but make sure you're not over clenching the hands. Slow, deep, releasing breath. Check what your face is doing. Are you frowning? Release that tension in the face, if you will. One more deep breath. Full inhale. Full exhale. And then holding both ends of the strap in the left hand. Right hand can help you anchor the right side. Just allow the left foot to come out to the left. Bend the knee if you need. I like to use my left elbow as a prop on the floor, but you could also use a prop if you've got one handy underneath the foot if it doesn't touch down. Otherwise, it's fine for it to just dangle in the air. Keep the left foot flexed, keep the right foot flexed, anchored down through the right side. Breathe deep. And then find your core, draw the belly back to the spine, navel back to the spine as you inhale to the center. Swap the hands, extend the left arm out on the floor to the left in line with the shoulder. And again, just go steady here. Just take the left foot over to the right and allow the body to roll with it. So your right leg's quite passive now, the one that's on the floor. If the foot touches down on the floor, great. If it doesn't, again, if you've got a prop handy or even a wall or an item of furniture, that could be helpful. Or it can just be in the air again, maybe your right elbows on the floor as a prop. Take some deep breaths. And then find your core again. Draw the belly into the spine as you roll back to the center. Release the strap. Half happy baby. So bending that knee towards the armpit, holding whatever you can hold here, outer foot, back of the knee, ankle. Anchoring down through the right side, maybe pressing the right thigh with the right hand or just right hand on the floor. And then just let's let the right leg join the left now. So just come to full happy baby, very releasing stretch. And again, if it's all too much at the start of the class, then just knees to chest is fine. See if you can just focus on finding the sweet spot, and then again, those deep releasing breaths. It's all about the breath once we found the shape. Slow, deep breaths. Signal to your body you're safe. And we can only release and heal when we feel safe. One more deep breath here. And then just bring the feet together, keeping the knees wide. So we're in Supta Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose on our backs. If you can't hold the feet here, holding the ankles or the knees, but trying to keep the big toes touching or close to each other. Heels in towards the groin, sacrum placed on the floor. See if you can place the sacrum down on the mat. And then when you're ready, just bring the knees together. Just hug both knees into the chest. Breathing into the lower back. Relaxing the face and the jaw. Using minimal effort in the arms. Relax the shoulder blades. And when you're ready, just roll to one side. Push yourself up gently. Come to your hands and knees. So have your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Spread the fingertips, plug the hands in. And just start to mobilize the spine when you're ready. So inhale to lift the tailbone, drop the belly, shoulders back, looking up to the eyebrows. Exhale, tailbone under. Press through the hands, chin to chest. So let this be a fluid movement. We're working with a kind of inspiration from the water element. So feel it like a wave of motion from the base of the spine to the crown. And because we're working with the water element, this kind of intuitive flow, more kind of juicy feminine energy, if you wish to move more in circles, then do. Well, I'm going to actually invite that. I'm going to invite you to come into big circles with the hips here. So taking the hips all the way out to one side, in front, the shoulders might come in front of the wrists. This can be really good for lubricating the hips and change direction. So just again, working with joints. Make sure you take the hips out to the side as well as back and forward. And then that kind of more intuitive flow that I just invite you to tune into. You can just keep going with the hip circles, or you can keep going with the up and down, but if possible, just for a moment, just close the eyes and let the body show you how it wants to move. Maybe it really enjoyed those hip circles, but it also wants to do some cat-cows at the same time. Maybe the torso wants to kind of go in circles, so the rib cage wants to go out to one side and out to the other side. So just don't forget the neck, just don't forget the joints. So you might want to get into the elbow joint, bending the arms a little bit. So just feel what feels good. And there's no right or wrong. And if you struggle to drop into an intuitive body-led flow, that's absolutely fine. Just use that as interesting information and just do cat-cow or whatever. Okay. So just slowly coming back from movement to stillness. Before we come into downward dog, we'll just do one more kind of heart opener. So keep the hips where they are above the knees, stretch the hands forward, melt the chest to the floor, or the heart to the floor, drop the head. So if the head doesn't find the floor, use a block. trying to soften the front of the chest. For anyone, this creates a lot of pain in the shoulders. You can just press the arms more actively, lift the elbows, but otherwise we're melting the chest. It's kind of almost sagging in the spine a little bit here. Just take a couple more deep breaths, releasing exhales. Letting whatever we're ready to release drain out of our forehead to the ground. And then to come out, press through the hands, walk the hands back till they're kind of just in front of the shoulders, and tuck the toes and lift the hips and find your downward dog. Downward dog is a very grounding, stable posture, but you can also just be a little bit more flowing with it if you wish. So maybe just walking it out, so lifting one heel, pressing the other heel down, and maybe at the same time moving the hips side to side if that feels good. And then just find your way into kind of stillness in the posture, ground down through the hands, ground down through the feet, spread the toes, strengthen the legs. So we always need to balance the different elements and energies within us. This intuitive flow is super important, but we kind of need to contain it. We need to ground it and contain it. So just for a moment, feeling that stability, that strength of the pyramid shape here in the body, breathing into that shape. And then at the end of your next exhale, look forward and step the feet to the hands. Just take a forward fold here with the feet underneath the hips, just dropping the head, maybe holding the opposite elbow. And then when you're ready, bring the hands to the hips and bend the knees, coming up to stand. We're going to do some salutations, but we'll do the variation that includes a lunge. So we're going to really work with the hips. Okay, so come to stand at the front of the mat. Again, balancing the flow with the stability. So just starting with this super grounded, stable mountain pose here, feeling yourself steady, grounded. And from this place, we can move and flow. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale, raise the hands and look up. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head. Inhale, look up and lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the left foot back and bring the knee down. So we're in a low lunge here. Inhale to raise the hands and look up. Exhale, release the hands down, tuck the back toe under, lift the knee. Inhale, right foot joins left, the plank or knees down. Exhale, lower down. So put the knees on the floor if you wish, or to chaturanga. Inhale to a back bend, cobra or upward dog. Listen to your body, and exhale to downward dog. And when we get to downward dog, we just take 2 or 3 slow, deep breaths. And then at the end of your next exhale, look forward and bring the left foot between the hands. So however that works for you, even coming onto your knees, and lower the right knee. On an inhale, raise the hands, crescent moon lunge, and exhale, take the hands down and tuck the back toe under. On an inhale, step the right foot to join the left and look up, lengthening the spine, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, press through the feet, raise the hands, reach and stretch and look up. Exhale, return to the stability of mountain pose. And then coming on to the other side. So when you're ready, use an inhale to raise the hands and look up. Exhale, forward fold, dropping the head. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, right foot comes back, knee comes down, sinking the hips. Inhale, we raise the hands and look up. Exhale, lower the hands, tuck the back toe under, lift the knee. Inhale, left foot joins right or on the knees. And as you exhale, lower down, knees on or off the floor. Inhale to a back bend, shoulders back, chest forward. Exhale, downward dog. So just kind of follow your own flow this evening. If you're not quite in tune with my pace, listen to your body, go at your pace. This is one of the beauties of home practice, online practice. You can kind of be doing, you can both be in a led class and be doing your own thing, which is kind of cool. So go at your own pace and put extra breaths in if you need. So slow, deep breaths here in downward dog. And then at the end of your next exhale, look forward and bring the right foot between the hands, either straight there or bring the knees down and bring it forward. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, raise the hands and look up in the crescent moon lunge. Exhale, release the hands down, tuck the back toe under. Inhale, left foot joins right, look up and lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding into the shins. Press through the feet, inhale, raise the hands, look up. Exhale, hands to the side. Take a breath. And do a few more rounds and just change the lunge each time. So inhale, take the hands up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps back, but this time keep the knee off the floor. Right knee is above the ankle. Just going to pause for a breath here in low lunge. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, step the right foot to join the left. Inhale here in the plank or tabletop. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, back to downward dog. Pause in downward dog, and remember, if downward dog is too much at any point, take child's pose or tabletop. Just bring the knees down, hips down. Otherwise, amidst all the movement and flow, just feel that stability, that moment of containment and stability of downward dog. Ground through your hands and feet, so important. And at the end of your next exhale, look forward and bring the left foot between the hands, staying in low lunge. And another breath here, just inhaling in low lunge, exhaling. And then on your next inhale, right foot joins left at the front of the mat, look up and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Press through the feet, inhale, raise the hands, look up. Exhale, hands to the side. And we'll just do that again, leading with the left side. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold, drop the head. Inhale, look up, lengthen spine. Exhale, right foot comes back. Keep the knee off the floor, stay on the ball of the foot. Inhaling here and exhaling. Plant the hands. Inhale, left foot joins right for plank. Exhale, we lower down, knees on or off the floor. Inhale as a back bend. Open that heart. Exhale, downward dog. Pause. Couple of grounding breaths here. If nothing else, just feel your hands and feet connecting with the floor. This in itself is grounding, to put our awareness in our hands and feet, our foundations. And at the end of your next exhale, look forward and step the right foot between the hands, staying on the ball of the back foot. We're going to just take an extra breath here, so take a big inhale. And exhaling, low lunge. Inhale, left foot joins right at the front of the mat, look up. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head. Press through the feet, inhale, raise the hands, reach and stretch. Exhale, hands to the side, take a breath. We're going to do one more round, but one round is kind of two sides. I'm sneakily doing a lot of sun salutations today. Okay, so last round. When you're ready, inhale, raise the hands, look up. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back. So we start in low lunge, but this time I'm going to take an inhale into the high lunge. So raise the hands. And again, we're going to pause for an extra breath. At the end of your exhale, take the hands down, right foot joins left for the plank or chart or tabletop. Exhale, lower down, knees on or off the floor. Inhale, back bend, shoulders back, chest forward. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Take some breaths, 2 or 3, quality, not quantity. Hands and feet, hands and feet. And at the end of your exhale, look forward. Left foot comes forward between the hands. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale to raise the hands. And exhale. And again, inhale, high lunge. Exhale. And at the end of the exhale, take the hands down. Inhale, right foot joins left at the front of the mat. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head. Inhale, raise the hands above the head. Look up. Exhale, hands to the side. Okay, we've got one more round, leading with the left and then done. Okay, inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold, drop the head. Inhale, look up, lengthen spine. Exhale, right foot comes back, stay on the ball of the foot. Inhale, come up to the high lunge. Tricky transition, and exhale. Another big inhale, high lunge, squeeze that right buttock. Exhaling. At the end of the exhale, take the hands down. Inhale, left foot joins right for plank or tabletop, shoulders over the wrists, and we exhale to lower down. Inhale, find your back bend, looking up. Exhale, downward dog. Again, there's a lot of movement going on here, a lot of flow, so come back to stillness. Feel your hands and feet. Feel your core connection, ground into your own center. And at the end of your next exhale, look forward, right foot comes between the hands, stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, raise the hands. Exhale here, squeeze your left buttock here, left. Inhale again. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, hands come down. We inhale, step the left foot forward to join the right and look up. Exhale, drop the head. Inhale, press through the feet, raise the hands, stretch up. Exhale, return to the mountain pose. So just feeling the results of all that movement, that flow. Maybe your hands are tingling, maybe your heart rate's increased, your body temperature's increased. Just noticing things moving. Great. And when you're ready, we're going to step to the side to face the long edge of the mat. So step to one side and just work with the hips a bit more, building heat. So into triangle, so it's not too big a stance here. Turn the left foot in, the right foot out. Keep the hips forward. Inhale here and exhale, slide the torso to the right, bringing the right hand down, left hand up, looking up to that top hand. We're just coming out of flow for a moment into stillness and come back to those deep releasing breaths. Full inhales, complete exhale. From here, I'm going to bring the left hand down and just slowly move into Parsvottanasana. So bring the hands down either side of that right foot. If you can't find the floor, hands on the shin, or if you have the luxury of a block, you can put the block in front of the right foot. So we're just taking a few breaths. So now your hips are facing your right foot. Dropping the head. Releasing the hamstrings. This is our classic hamstring release stretch. Again, use the breath. Great. And then we're going to just come out the way we went in. So bring the right hand back onto the right shin or foot and reach the left hand back up to triangle, Trikonasana. Just refine triangle. And then inhale, bring yourself up to go to the other side. So turn the right foot in, the left foot out, hips face forward. Inhale here. Exhale, we slide to the left with the torso. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up. And just notice how this side feels. Come to the breath, find the shape, and then be totally in your breath. Looking up, if it's okay on your neck, to that top hand or forward. And then on your next exhale, again, just let this transition be mindful. Keep careful of your back. Bring the right hand down. And you might need to just make a little adjustment so that the hips are facing the left foot and the heels are more or less in line. So we're in a kind of slightly wider stance version of Parsvottanasana than usual, but it's still a classic hamstring stretch. So again, drop the head and just find the breath. Especially exhaling to release. We're trying to straighten the legs as much as is possible without forcing. And we're staying grounded through the feet and the hands. If the hands are on the shin, it's a little bit less stable, but we still want to feel our foundations. And then again, we're going to come out of this the way we went in. So when you're ready, just climb the left hand back to wherever it was on the left leg. Reach the right hand up and just feel that side open again. Take a breath or so back in Trikonasana, just find the shape again. And then inhale to come up. And from here, once you're up, just widen the stance and make sure the toes are pointing forward. We're going to come forward and we're going to do a few variations. So you may need a block if you know your hamstrings are tight. So bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale, lift the chest, open, and exhale, forward fold. So just first of all, classic Prasarita. Hands come down to the floor, drop the head, release the back of the neck. Feel the stability and the strength of the legs and the active feet grounding with the earth. And then let the body be soft, the jaw relax. And then we're going to explore going to one side. So at the end of your next exhale, just look up, walk the hands forward a little bit so they're kind of underneath your shoulders with the arms straight. And then bend the left knee. So we're coming into the skater stretch. So both toes, both sets of toes are pointing forward still. But we're just bending the left knee till you feel that stretch in the inner right thigh. Now stay here or continue into Skandasana by coming onto the heel of the right foot, dropping the hips even further down. And maybe if it feels okay, bringing the hands together at the center of the chest or fingertips on the floor. Don't worry if the left heel comes off the floor, or just stay with the first position, skater stretch, toes pointing forward. Couple more breaths. If anyone's comfortably in Skandasana and wants to just put the binding, wrapping the arms around the left thigh, feel free for just an extra release in the shoulders. And then we're going to come to the other side. If you're bound, unbind, bring the hands down and just kind of rock yourself back through the center. Just bring the toes to point forward again, everybody, no matter where you got to there. And again, skaters stretch the other side. So we're bending the right knee, feeling the stretch on the inner thigh and staying there, or Skandasana, coming onto the heel of that left foot, toes of the left foot pointing up to the ceiling. Dropping the hips all the way down. Optional bind as well for those happily in Skandasana. One more breath. And then coming out, unbinding, kind of rolling yourself back to the center. If you need to come out now, do, but otherwise we're just going to do a twist here as well. And this is where you might need your block. Have your right hand directly underneath the face on a block or on the floor so you can press down. Take the left hand to the lower back, draw the left shoulder back. And if there's space, just lift that left hand up towards the ceiling if it feels okay in shoulders. Press down through right hand. Reach through left fingertips, releasing around the back of the heart now. Looking up if it's okay. Exhale, release the left hand down, just swap the hands. So now your left hand is directly below the face, right hand on the lower back, draw the right shoulder back. Look up, maybe extend the right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, release. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. We've been down a while, so just take a moment. Maybe you just want to open the hands out. Exhale, release. And just turn the toes out to the side. And hands on the thighs, just sink the hips. So this posture is called many things. Temple, horse, but it's also called goddess pose. So it's very linked to this feminine water energy. So from here, we can take the classic kind of Kali stance where we take the hands, elbows in line with the shoulders, palms face forward. And it's like feeling this kind of feminine aspect of this posture. We're very kind of open in the hips here, but also this massive strength, this power, this strength of this posture. So open the fingers wide, kind of spread and activate the hands. Feel your power as a woman. We're all women here this evening. So just feel that kind of softness. Our power actually is our softness, but it makes us very strong. Okay, one more breath. If you want to challenge yourself for the last breath, lift the heels, try not to lift the hips too much. It's going to open the hips even more and challenge the strength even more. And release, and then slowly straightening the legs, releasing the hands, bringing the feet back together. Come back to that mountain pose. Great. So we shall do a balance, and then just checking the time, and then come down to the floor. Okay, so let's do the dancer's pose. Again, this kind of more flowy energy, the dancer. So take the left hand onto the hip. We'll go in stages, and you go as far as you want. So stage one is to just hug the right heel into the buttock with the right knee dropping next to the left knee. Stay here. Stage two is Natavajasana, dancer's pose. Left arm comes up close to the ears. Spin the right hand, so you're holding the big toe edge of the right foot. Push the right foot into the hand as you tip the weight forward. Keep that left upper arm close to the ear. This is optional, otherwise stay with the first one, squeezing the right heel to the buttock. And then come out the way you went in, so try to come back to the first position. Walls can be so helpful. And release the right foot down. Okay, so if you know you're wobbly this evening, having a wall handy can just help you feel, again, that's safe, feel safe to move and open. Same on the other side, so start with the left foot, picking it up, pressing the heel towards the buttock, maybe with both hands, and dropping the left knee close to the right knee. Those of you who want to go into Natavajasana, right arm reaches up, flip the back hand, so you're holding the top of the left foot, push the left foot into the hand as you take the weight forward. Keep the right arm close to the ear, try not to let it drop forward. And keep that left leg working, pushing back. Come back through the first position. When you're ready to come out, when you've taken a few breaths, squeeze the heel to the buttock one more time and release the foot down. We're going to come down to the floor, come down via Malasana squat. So take the feet kind of facing the front of the mat again, take the feet mat distance apart, toes out, reach the hands up. And then exhale, start the descent of the hips. If you've got bad knees, just come as low as you can and take a few breaths there, and then come down to sit. Otherwise, coming all the way down and bringing the hands either to the floor in front of you if you need the balance, or palms together, pressing the knees wide. Okay, again, another incredibly feminine posture. Very open hips here. Lift through the spine. And try to just feel your feet on the floor. For many of us, we have to lift the heels in this posture, it's fine. But those parts of the soles of the feet that are contacting the floor, just really kind of be aware of them. If you can, just maybe even move and wriggle and spread the toes if you've got the capacity to do that here. So just so we, again, have our awareness in our foundation as we enter a very opening posture. Breathe. Really feel like you're exhaling into the earth. It's very earthy posture. Water and earth posture. Breathe out what's ready to release. Give it to the earth through your feet, through your pelvic floor. Very close to the earth here. One more breath. And then bring the hands behind you for support. Just bring yourself down. And we're going to do seated postures, focusing on hip releasing. So we'll start with Janu Shirshasana. So when you're ready, remember you can always sit on a block for these seated postures. When you're ready, just bring your sole of your right foot to the inner left thigh, keeping both feet flexed. Inhale to raise the hands, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Take some slow, deep releasing breaths. Relax the jaw and shoulders to the back. Keep the legs and feet alive. And then slowly coming up. Just taking again that heart opening. So take the right hand behind you into the center of the mat. Fingertips point back. Lean into that hand. Lift the hips. Press the left toes down and reach the left hand back. So it's a big expressive heart opening shape here. And then exhale, lower. So your right hand is your brake. Just press through the right hand to lower with control. And then just swap sides. So take the right leg forward, bring the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Hips face forward. When you're ready, inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, come forward. So remember, we're always trying to find that sweet spot that we were talking about. So I was mentioning at the start where we can relax. So for some of you, that might mean bending the right knee. It might mean using a strap. Just find what works for you. Where you feel some intensity and sensation of opening and releasing, that you can relax and breathe fully. Most important, breathe fully. And then at the end of your next exhale, or when you're ready, as I say, it's your home practice. If you need an extra breath or two, absolutely fine. But when you're ready, come up, left hand behind you in the middle of the mat, fingertips point back and press through everything that's on the floor to lift the hips, reach the right hand back. Feel this is just a heart opener, a release for the chest, the front body. And then exhale, coming back down. Keep your left leg where it is and let the right foot join it. So we've already been in Baddha Konasana on our backs, and now we'll do it seated. We're doing a lot of releasing on the inner seam of the leg this evening, which is great. So sit on a block if you need, hold the outer edges of the feet, or the ankles. And for today, with our theme, see if you can get that position where you actually expose the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling as best as is available. Sometimes we press the soles together and work more actively, and sometimes we work more with that kind of release to try and peel open the soles of the feet, and that just helps us open the hips a little bit more. Lift up through the spine, draw the shoulders back, draw the chin in slightly, maybe close the eyes. And see if we can just relax and trust in gravity here, no need to force or bounce. And don't worry if your knees are high, it's just exactly where you need to be right now. Don't force your body to where it's not ready to go. Breathe into the shape you're making here, the beautiful shape your body is making for you. Slow, deep breaths. If anybody wants more for the last few breaths, take the chin and the chest forward, keeping the elbows in, or just stay upright. Coming back up, just pause in the vertical again for another breath or so. And then releasing the feet, just continuing with the inner seam of the legs. Take the feet wide into Upavishta. And we'll start with the side. We haven't really opened the side, which is really important for releasing. So we'll do a side stretch first. So keep the legs active and the heels pressing down, and just slide your left hand to wherever it kind of comfortably gets to on the left leg. Inhale to reach up through the right arm, and exhale, take the right hand over towards the left foot. So the left hand might slide closer towards that left foot. And we're keeping the chest open to the front. So just nice and open. Anchor down through the back of your right heel. Right buttock if you can. Feel your core awareness at the center, your pelvic floor gently activating here. And then one more deep breath into the right side body. We're opening, releasing tension in the right side. And then inhale to come up. Take a deep breath at the center. Exhale, and at the end of the exhale, come to the other side. So right hand onto right leg. Inhale, sweeps the left hand out. Exhale, left hand reaches over to the right. Right hand moves to wherever it wants to move to. Keep the chest open to the front. Keep the left leg active, left foot active, toes up. And then again, once we've found the shape with the breath, opening and expanding the left side body with the inhale. Exhaling to release. One more breath. And then as you inhale, kind of leading with that left hand to bring you up again. Just take a big breath when you're back to the center. And then at the end of the exhale, we're coming forward. So just when you're ready, start to walk the hands forward. As far as is right for you. Your release might be almost in a vertical position, or your release might be all the way forward. So just find a place where you feel you can release tension. And remember, for that to happen, you need to feel safe and relaxed and be breathing deep. So check in with yourself, be honest with yourself, and then be in the breath, with the breath and in the breath. And then just taking one more deep breath. And at the end of your exhale, when you're ready, slowly walking the hands back in. And just to help yourself, giving the hands to the back of the knees to help you bring the legs together. We're going to go all the way from the inner seam to the outer seam. So just kind of neutralize for a moment with the knees together, just hugging the shins, maybe dropping the head if that feels good in the back and the neck. And we're going to come into Gormukhasana, or a variation. So you might need to sit up on a block for this, elevate the hips. So when you're ready, we're going to bring the right knee is going to be underneath, and we're going to try and bring the right knee so it's pointing directly forward, and the right heel is kind of towards the outside of the left hip. That's stage one. If that's not possible, just keep the right leg straight. That's another modification. And then what we do with the left foot, if we can, we try to step it to the outside of the right knee. Now that's not going to be possible for everyone. Some of you it might be in front, for some of you it might be on the inside. And again, if you need to, you've got the bottom leg straight. Okay, so come to any of those variations. Those of you who can, you're bringing your right foot all the way back to the outside of, you're bringing your left foot all the way back to the outside of the right hip. Okay, confusing myself. And if it's available for you, bring the palms to meet the soles of the feet. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, maybe close the eyes. A bit like with the cobbler pose, we just pause for a moment, settle in, go internal, find our inner center. And deepen our pelvic bowl. Feel like you're anchoring, dropping the tailbone down, releasing around the hips as best you can, lifting through the spine, gently drawing the chin in. And then we haven't really worked with shoulders, so we're going to work with shoulder release. So when you're ready, take the right hand up and drop the fingertips down the spine. And you can stay here just using the left hand on the front of the right elbow, put a pull up, push down, or have your straps handy if you know you're going to need it. Hold the strap in the right hand. And for the full posture, we take the left hand behind us and bring the fingertips up the spine and hold onto your finger hook your strap, your top. Try to keep that right armpit open, right side of the chest open. The chin slightly lifted. Breathe deep. So we're now breathing all the way up into the shoulders. And at the end of your next exhale, gently release. Open the hands wide. Inhale. Exhale, Garudasana. So right arm on top of left. And either hold opposite shoulder or wrap the forearms in the palms. Lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders. Press the hands forward. Relax the hips as best you can. Breathe into the upper back. And with your next exhale, slowly release. And you might just need to kind of that intuitive flow, just do some kind of movement or open the hands wide. And just before we change sides, we're going to do a twist. We haven't twisted much today yet. So if it's available, bring your right hand to kind of your palm faces forward and you kind of press your right forearm against the left thigh behind the knee. If you're in Gomukhasana, if you've got the knee high, then you're just going to kind of hug that knee or press the elbow to the outside of that knee, that raised knee. Otherwise, if you're in Gomukhasana, you're kind of pressing the forearm to the thigh, left hand is behind you, and we look over or towards the left shoulder. You might even pick up the left hand and kind of press. You're not going to be able to find anything, but you can press the back of the hand to the right hip bone area, or just keep the left hand on the floor. Slowly unravel, come back to the center again. If you need to do any intuitive flow, do, and then lean back into the hands and ease yourself out. We've been here a while. So in between, you might just want to stretch the legs out, massage the kneecaps, maybe kind of move the legs a little bit. And we'll come to the other side. So when you're ready, set up with the left knee pointing directly forward and the foot is going to be to the outside of your right hip, or with the left leg extended. And then find the place where you can place the right foot outside of the left knee, in front or inside. And maybe for some of you, start to that journey of bringing the right foot back. And this is why you see I'm doing this. This is what I always do when I come into Gomukhasana. I lift my buttocks, squeeze my thighs together, and then sit myself back down. So I know I'm really tightly sealed in. That's my kind of way in. And then palms to soles, shoulders drawing back and down, chest lifting, chin drawing in, maybe closing the eyes. If you just feel really tight around the outer hips there, I mean, I know probably most of you do, it's kind of the point, but if it's, try sitting on a block. It can really help with this posture, especially those low flat blocks. You want to ideally feel your buttocks, sit bones connecting with something quite firm. Take a moment to settle, release the tailbone down. Maybe noticing that when you do that, the deep abdominals tuck in slightly, so you connect to your core by dropping the tailbone. And then when you're ready, take the left arm up, drop the fingertips down the spine, right arm out behind you, fingertips up the spine, or just pull up and press down on the top of that left elbow. Might be totally different this side. This is, for most right-handies, this is usually the tight side, but not necessarily. So be kind to yourself. Left armpit open, keep the chin lifting, breathe into the shoulders. Beautiful. And then release. Open the arms wide. As you inhale, and as you exhale, bring the left arm on top of the right, and either hold your opposite shoulder, drawing the chin in, or Garudasana arms. Elbows lifting in front of the shoulders, hands pressing away from the face forward. Bring your inhales all the way up into the upper back. Exhale, release again. You need to move anything in the shoulders, just follow that intuition. And finishing with our twist. So yeah, if the knee is raised, you're just going to hug or press the outside of the knee. If you're in Gormakasana, then kind of turn the palm forwards and press the forearm to the right thigh, right hand behind, or even lifting if you wish, and pressing into the left hip bone, looking over your right shoulder. Breathe as deeply as you can. So twists are releasing, not so much when we're doing them, but when we release the twist, it can be a big release. Compress to release. Your exhale, unwind, come back to the center. And again, just take the hands behind you, lean back so you can gently bring the legs forward, massage, move the legs, whatever you need here. We're going to come down onto our backs. So, actually, I'm feeling a forward fold in my own body, so I'm going to follow that intuitive flow. So keeping the legs stretched out in front of you, just take an exhale, fold forward, and just try to keep the legs quite active here. This is feeling intuitively good for my body, because after compressing the backs of the knees for quite some time, we're really opening them up here. Opening the legs. Hello? Oh, hey, Gabby. We lost you for a bit. Welcome back. So we're just doing our forward fold with strong legs, so the toes pointing up to the ceiling. Trying to open the backs of the knees as far as is appropriate for us. One more deep breath. Just doing it as a kind of counter pose, really. And then slowly coming up, and we'll just come straight down to the floor. We're not doing kind of core or anything today. Just allow yourself to come down onto your back. And we'll take a front opening release. So we'll take one back bend, and it can be the bridge, it can be the wheel if you feel open enough, or it could be a supported back bend with a block under your sacrum, just kind of supporting the sacrum. But choose your back bend. If you're doing the active version, bring the heels into the buttocks, parallel, hip distance apart, and then inhale, press through the feet. Draw the shoulders underneath, maybe interlace the fingers. And because we're only doing one this evening, just make the breaths really kind of quality breaths, at least 5 if you can. Really feeling the expansion to full expansion with each inhale and complete exhales. If you're going into the wheel, same quality of breath. And if you're restorative on the block, same quality of breath. So I'm going to just let you intuitively know when it's time to come down. I'm saying at least 5 breaths. And when it is time to come down, just slowly wind the spine down from upper to lower spine. And if you're still up, I'm going to invite you to come down there so that we've got enough time for Shavasana. So when we're down, just stay with the neutral spine, the knees bent for a moment. Just kind of let that energy that the back bend creates just drain out through your sacrum, through your back body into the ground. Let the breath settle and the heart rate settle. And then take a capital L shape, reaching the legs up, flexing the feet and reaching the arms back. So downward dog on the back. Very opening posture for the back body, the spine, traction in the spine. And then hug the knees into the chest. Just give yourself a hug, maybe rocking side to side. And we just have like a couple of minutes of space. And I want to open the space to you to intuit what is your final thing your body would like to do to be prepared for Shavasana, to get into Shavasana. If it's ready to just drop into Shavasana, then great. But maybe it wants a side twist, maybe it wants a happy baby, maybe it just wants to stay longer hugging the knees in, or something else. So just, it's like we have to get used to listening to our body and trusting. We have to go beyond the mind into the body mind and trust our body wisdom. It really knows. If it's put you straight into Shavasana, great. If it's put you into a intuitive movement, stretch out, great. Just kind of trust your body. And then just start to think about moving towards Shavasana if you're not already there, because I'd really like us to have a good few minutes here in stillness to facilitate release. You need stillness, integration. So when you're ready, just set yourself up for a lovely, cozy Shavasana, something under the knees if you need. Be warm. Close the eyes. And find yourself moving into that healing state of stillness and deep relaxation, deep heaviness. In my mind, it's really important that we get to this place at least once every day, consciously. It's different from being asleep. We consciously lie down, release, relax, become still, close the eyes, become internal. And open to receive the fruits of your practice. We end the class as we started with an openness, opening. And as always, if you have longer and feel not ready to move yet, then please stay. If you're closing with me, just become aware of your breath and your body and start to deepen the breath. Start to make movements in the body, small at first, maybe some bigger stretches if they feel good. And then just gently, when you feel ready, maybe roll to one side and press yourself back up to seated, taking your time. Please don't rush. So maybe just close the class with gratitude to yourself above all else. So bringing the hands together maybe, and just bowing to yourself actually for taking this time to practice this evening. This is a triumph to get yourself on the mat and put yourself first, put into yourself is a wonderful gift to you and the world. So just give yourself some credit for that, and then gratitude for anything else out there which you feel grateful for. Maybe the rain I'm very grateful for today, and just yourself as a woman. And whenever you feel complete with that, just opening the eyes again if they're closed. Thank you all for practicing this evening. Hope you enjoyed. Namaste.
Thank you, Becky. That was lovely.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Becky.
Welcome. Good to see you again.